we are running through the empty mall because we both read a text wrong and we thought our friend had a ride and she didn't, and we're like, where are you? We're at the theater. She's like, I thought you were getting me, and we're literally running through the mall. Oh my god. Shit. My pants are rolling down. Oh my god. We're driving fast, but legally. Legally fast. So go straight? Yeah, I think so. That lets us out where I think. You learn the difference between skin type and skin condition. Alright, so it's literally impossible to get good lighting in here, so I've actually... What the fuck is that? Like a scratch on my hand. Great. Getting text notifications now, too. So I've given up on getting good lighting in my room, because only 2 out of the 4 lights in my room work, and it's nighttime, and my walls are green, and I'm pale, so it's just not gonna work. But it is 1:38 a.m. We did manage to pick our friend up and get back to the theater in time. Short introduction. We're seeing The Conjuring 2, a showing starting at 10:35 p.m. because we're real smart. And at about 10:10, I'd say, is when we realized we had left her. 10:16, we had left the mall parking lot. 10:37, we were back to the mall and walking into the movie theater lobby. 10:42, we had all our snacks and we were about to go sit down and enjoy the movie, and it was still on previews, so we were fine. And you know, earlier I thought, you know, I'll be too scared to sleep. I'll just vlog then. But since I had intended this to be like the ghost vlog, where like I talk about, I don't want to call it, well, my paranormal experiences, I didn't factor in that like maybe I wouldn't want to talk about that at this time in the morning. Because like I'm not as freaked out by the movie as I thought I would be, because like it had a good ending. I feel kind of safe. Like it ended in a good way where I'm not like still freaked out, because it's like the Conjuring movies, like the whole idea is that there is a resolution because it's supposed to be Ed and Lorraine Warren solving these cases, and they solved them, so the problem is now gone. So it doesn't freak me out in the same way that like the Ouija experiment did, although I don't know if that necessarily freaked me out. That only has like 2 stars on Netflix. What the hell was I saying? I don't know. Conjuring 2. It was a great freaking movie. Like, Vera Farmiga. And you know, walking out of the theater, I felt the same way I did after I'd seen like the first Conjuring. And I haven't seen Annabelle. I'm probably not gonna watch that one because I already am a little freaked out by dolls, so I don't need that. But like the way I felt after watching the original The Conjuring was like I just wanted to hug Lorraine Warren so much, because like even though the movies are highly fictionalized, like for shock value, and like they're making millions of dollars, like whatever, I'm entertained, that's fine. But like real life Ed and Lorraine Warren, like, I mean, it depends on what you personally believe, but like they have, like, I'm saying like a lot, but it's 1:41, so cut me some slack. They have like actually fought demons, and now there's a whole like fandom for them, like a franchise based on their cases. Like that's about as close to a real life superhero as you can get. Like Lorraine, I keep saying like, what the hell? Whatever. Lorraine is a psychic medium, so she has like that gift. Like that's pretty much as close to a superpower as a human can have. Like that's incredible. And I think the way that they like portrayed her
like receiving information from the spirits in the movie and like having her visions. It's like just it was just so well done. And I'm gonna try and keep it spoiler free. But so the way I was gonna branch off of seeing The Conjuring 2 and going into like the ghost vlog was I was gonna talk about my paranormal experiences. But because like I am obviously still a little freaked out because like it was a pretty freaking scary movie. Like, I will admit, I was terrified by some parts, but I enjoyed every second of it. I was laughing like a maniac at the same time, because that's my, like, fear reaction, whatever. So I think I'm gonna only talk about, like, what I would try. I've never had, like, a negative paranormal experience. But, like, there are obviously some that I would rank more positive than others. Okay, so I'm just gonna, like, go for it with some of my paranormal experiences, because at this point, why not? I'm playing with my hair a lot. We'll stop that, maybe. Okay, so, my parents were looking through a bunch of, like, we have this box of old photographs, like from film cameras. Like I was born in the 90s, we used film then, and they were going through it to find like baby pictures for something, and they left the box out, so I started to go through it, and there's a fair amount of pictures where I'm just like chilling somewhere in my house with orbs. Like, I don't have any of the pictures with me. They're all in our basement in that bin. But there's one of me, like, sitting on the stairs, like, peeking through the railing bars. And there's, like, an orb next to me on the stairs. We've got a couple pictures where, like, you can see the kitchen counter. Like, we have, like, it's like a counter that comes out. And there's, like, high stools, like bar stools almost. Like, a breakfast nook, if you will. So like you can see that through the doorway to the kitchen in the background of the picture, and there's an orb, like there's someone sitting in the chair. And there was a couple pictures from my sister's birthday party, and there was like a bunch of orbs in that, and I don't know what was up with that. But so that's me chilling with orbs and orbs in my house. So like I'm almost positive that there's like some kind of spirit in my house. I think it's very rare for any location to not have something, because I'm a firm believer that all living things have energy, and that energy like gets left over. And there's like, I don't know how to verbalize this very well. It makes sense in my head, but I gotta say it out loud, and it just doesn't really work. Probably seem like a crazy person. I don't know. I'm probably gonna like watch this video sometime after I upload it and just like cringe horribly. But part of the whole reason I started making vlogs is to try and like just get comfortable with myself. So we're rolling. We're going for it. Getting comfortable. What's the next thing I want to talk about? Oh, okay. So it was related to something. Oh, right. Okay. So in the movie, there's a part where the girl's watching TV and the channels keep changing, but she's not changing them with the remote. That happened to me one time. I was in England. This was when my other grandmother and my grandfather took me to England with them for a couple weeks during the summer. I think I was like 14 maybe. But we were staying in this flat, and we were watching TV one evening, and the channel kept changing, and my grandmother would be like, "What?" And she'd change it back and put the remote down, and then a couple minutes later it would change back to the program that it had changed to by itself before. So that was freaky. And then I don't know why, like I wasn't super into the paranormal back then, but I thought to like, I was the only one like sitting with a space next to me because they were on the couch across from me and I was sitting on the couch by myself, and I thought to like put my arm into the space next to me, and it kind of felt like weird, like static right there, and I thought, oh my god, is there a ghost here? What? But then when I was getting ready for bed, I was sharing a room with my aunt, and I was like tucking myself into the blankets really tight because I was like a little uncomfortable. Like I was like 14, away from home, and then I was like sharing a room with, well, technically she's my great aunt, so I was a little uncomfortable, and I'm wrapped up tight in these blankets, and then I just get like this warm feeling over me, and it's like, it was the most comforting, like maternal feeling. Like the way, I'm trying to think of the best way to verbalize it, it almost felt like someone was like hugging me, but like if all the emotions involved in a really good hug were just like washing over me. And then the next morning as we were leaving, the landlord, I don't know, the guy who owns the flats was watering the plants outside, and my grandmother, I don't know how we got on the topic, but she was like asking about him and his family and his wife, and he was like, oh, my wife died a couple years ago. And then back, like, 14-year-old me was like, oh, it's her. So I don't know what that was, but there was something in that flat, because I would also hear weird shit at night. Oh, weird shit at night. Another story. One time, my mom was, oh my god, this is a long video. Fuck, whatever, I'm rolling. My mom was working a night shift. She's a labor and delivery nurse, so she was working a night shift, and my dad was out of town for some business thing, and it was the first time I had like stayed home alone to babysit my siblings overnight without having like a friend or someone over. And so I have 3 siblings. I have a brother who is only a couple years younger than me. I have a 10-year-old brother, and I have a 13-year-old sister. So the brother that's only a couple years younger than me was sleeping over at a friend's house, so he wasn't home. My sister was sleeping in her room, and then I was gonna sleep in my parents' bed with my youngest brother, because he gets freaked out, and he normally sleeps in my parents' bed, so I was just gonna sleep with him. And so my parents' room is here in the hallway, my sister's room is at the end of the hallway, like it's 90 degrees, they're perpendicular, and we have 2 pets. So the cat sleeps with my sister in her room with the door shut. So the cat is not out and about in the house, she is in that one room, and once the lights are off and my sister's in bed, she's normally pretty quiet, like she doesn't scratch at the door or anything. And I was in my parents' room, my brother was asleep next to me, and then our dog was asleep on the floor next to the bed because he had hurt his back at the time and he couldn't jump up. And I was sleeping with the door open, because I always sleep with the door open because I don't like to feel like trapped, which is funny because I'm looking at my room now and there's like way too many doors. So there's the door into my room, there's my closet door, then right next to it there's the attic door, and then right there's the crawl space door, which is actually terrifying on the inside, and I'm glad that like it's locked and I have stuff in front of it. Like it's a storage space, I have stuff in there, but like it's freaky. Like I've had nightmares where it's just that door opening. I don't know. But I had the door open because I sleep with the light on because I don't like the dark. My brother was asleep, the dog was asleep on the floor, I was awake, I was on my laptop, and I hear like footsteps and shit on the floor above me where there is no one, because I am the only one awake. My brother's asleep, my sister's asleep, the cat's in that room, I can see the dog next to me, and what would be above me would be like my room and my brother's room, and I'm hearing footsteps, and I'm just laying there in bed, like on my laptop in the dark with the hall light shining into the room, thinking to myself, oh shit, this is like the introduction to a horror movie. And then nothing did happen, but like I kept hearing footsteps and doors opening and shit all night. And I was like, why? And like, if I'm in my room, I don't hear that on that floor. Like, I always hear it where I'm not. So when I'm sleeping in my room, like when I stop recording, I'll probably start hearing doors opening and shutting. And I'm pretty sure it's the closet door that's like right at the base of the stairs. But I've never watched it open. But I think it's pretty much always open, at least a crack in the morning when I go down past it. But I always hear doors opening and closing. I remember when I was little in my room, I used to be in my sister's room. The way my bed was, it was positioned directly in front of the door, and the door was like at the end of a long hallway. And I used to hear like pots and pans and cabinets moving around and shit. And I would just, like, I'd try and comfort myself and just say, oh, that's mom and dad cleaning up after dinner. But this was late at night and their bedroom was upstairs and all the lights were off. And I knew it wasn't, but like that was how I got to sleep at night. And nothing like bad has ever happened. But it's unsettling as hell. Like, full disclosure, like, it's unsettling. I wouldn't say I'm totally scared. If anything were to actually happen, I don't think my reaction would be fear. I think it would be like anger, like, how dare you, this is my space, like, I'm the one living here, my family is living here, how dare you, like, I don't know how I'd actually deal with it. Like, I watch a lot of supernatural shows, and I watch the Conjuring movies, and I talk shit, but like, who knows how I'd actually react. My dad likes to think he'd be prepared for a zombie apocalypse, but he tried to chase after my dog one day and then ended up having to get surgery on his knee. So I don't know if he'd be able to outrun shit. I don't know. I don't really have a conclusion for this. I know that I have more stories because I work in haunted colonial houses, but I don't know if I want to get into that because this is like a 20-minute video at this point. So I'm going to call it quits on, this is part 1 of, my face is itchy, the ghost vlog. That's what I'll call it. Maybe spooky vlog. I don't know. I'll come up with some fucking title when I'm typing in the title. I filmed these on my phone using the YouTube Capture app, so it's like all one thing. It's, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'll probably watch it through once and then be like, yeah, alright. Because I try not to edit my videos, because again, I'm trying to get comfortable, like, with myself, because I do a lot of weird shit. I know I do. I've been called weird my whole life. And I have my weird friends. There's popcorn in my teeth. And we all get along. But, like, the first 2 videos I posted on my channel were, like, almost a full year ago from today. Because, like, I recorded them the day of my last final last year, and this is like the week school would have ended last year. But those I like planned out, and I tried to do like editing, and I made sure I had makeup on, and I tried to do good lighting. So this has morphed from like me talking about The Conjuring 2 and paranormal stuff to like be yourself, accept yourself, whatever. It's like 2 in the morning and I'm who knows? Not me. Alright. Part 2 coming sometime this week, maybe tomorrow, maybe probably not Thursday or Friday, because I am lifting heavy things and helping move things that day. I don't know. Bye.